guys, it's me, Becky from Air, Fire, Water and the Stones. Today I'm here just to do a first and second trimester kind of what we've been through, what I've been feeling and just little things like that. At first I was really excited, but there was a part of me where I was absolutely terrified because I knew that we both had a lot of decisions to make. There was a lot to do with housing and whether Dave was going to leave his hometown and just little things that, you know, we just wanted to make sure that we were both happy with all the decisions that we were making, so we were, you know, working as a team as best as we could, and it really worked out and helped us. It helped being a team. This trimester is obviously when you conceive up to the 12th week, and there wasn't really much change in my body. It was more coping with morning sickness and just overtiredness. Like, I would get so tired really early on, and it would be a case of me having to take a nap while, I don't know, Dave watches a movie or something, because I just couldn't get through the day without having one. Obviously during the first trimester you do have your first scan, which is normally around the 12-week mark, and that's typically when you find out, you know, how far along you are, if everything's okay at the moment, and you know, your baby's safe and everything, and there's no other underlying problems. For me in the first trimester, it was really easy compared to what other people have gone through. The first trimester for me was really easy. I didn't really notice anything that bothered me. I was a little bit on edge because that first 12 weeks is where they prepare you for the worst. They're like, you know, things do happen, and I was just constantly going to Dave, is this wrong, is this wrong, you know. I was asking a lot of questions about things that were changing, and it was perfectly normal, but obviously because it's my first child I had no idea what was right and what wasn't. Like I said before, my emotions they didn't really change much. It was just basically fatigue, and I'd probably say I was more hungry. Like, they say you're not supposed to eat more. You're not supposed to eat more than you normally do until like your third trimester, but I was definitely eating a lot more because I definitely felt like I needed to eat more, but I didn't. It was more of a case of eating little and often. We did have a couple of names that were sort of set in stone. So yeah, we did have names. If it was a girl it would have been Ella Marie Stone, and obviously for a boy it was going to be Alfie Stone, but we didn't really decide on the middle names at the point. A lot of people have said to me, you know, wow, that's a long name for a child, but I really wanted to include my dad's name and obviously Dave's dad's name in it. I don't know, I just think it's nice to do that because they've done so much for you. Their middle names were just something that I've always wanted. You know, if it was a girl I was going to have Dave's mum's middle name. Dave's mum's name as the middle name, but it's quite hard with my mum because her name's Carol. It doesn't really fit unless I did Carol Ann, but you know. Anyway, moving on to the second trimester. This is normally between 13 weeks to your 27th week. Excuse me. As soon as it hit the second trimester I started to get this sense of really bad worry, and I got a lot of anxiety, and to be honest I wasn't coping really well with everything because there were so many things up in the air, like so many plans going on, so many ideas, and just little things that we were doing, you know, trying to prepare for obviously Alfie's arrival. And it was getting to the point where I couldn't breathe, so to speak. So we obviously we toned it down a little bit, you know. We started to calm down, started to do little bits at a time, so that, you know, I wasn't freaking out at everything being put on us. And obviously we've had amazing support from both sides, which which you obviously know me and Dave are really grateful for. Like, we're just really grateful for everything that everybody's done for us. In this trimester I did take a lot of progression pictures of my stomach, because I use the, what's it called? Because I use the Baby Centre app, and on the second day of every week they say take a picture of your stomach, and obviously I'll put them here throughout the video. And I actually really enjoy, like, you can make a slideshow on it and you can like see the different stages, how much you've grown, how much you like, because you do kind of notice that your posture changes a little bit, not too much but a little bit. But this trimester was probably a lot harder than the first one because I was gaining weight, not necessarily elsewhere, it was more just on my face and obviously where Alfie is, and it was just getting me down a little bit. I was like, I spoke to Dave about it, and you know, Dave tries to, you know, reassure me, which really does help, but there's always that little part of me that kind of like hides a little bit when I go out. I'm like super nervous. Like, I haven't been out on my own for some time. Like, if I do, I'm normally, my confidence did go down. It started to go back up a little bit, but not to the point where I was when I was at my smallest. Obviously in my second trimester I did have a second job, which, as I've explained before, was way too much for me to handle, which breaks my heart, but obviously I had to leave, and I don't know, there's not much I can say, to be honest, about that bit. So we really got down. So we really started to discuss where we'd be living, what sort of, you know, whether we rent or buy. We've still not found a place, which, you know, some of you might be like, but you're so close to the end. But we're taking one step at a time. Obviously I had some bad news last Friday, not last Friday, it'll be the Friday before when you see this, and it's just going to take a little bit longer, because obviously the plan might have to change, we don't know, and obviously me and my family are going through some things, and yeah, so me and my family, we are struggling a little bit, but obviously as soon as we've had time we'll get back on to, you know, finding somewhere. But all we're doing really is saving as much as we can. We will eventually, you know, get a solid plan together. We have got different plans, but we obviously want to see what happens, what situation we're in. We've still got to talk to people and just generally find out the best solution for us, because a lot of people have said, you know, oh, go buy a house, go into renting. And in this day and age, when the government says they'll help you but they really don't, which sucks, they offer like a smidgen amount of money which you can barely survive on. We're trying to find out the best money solution that's best for us, because I won't be working, well, I might not be working through for the next 6 months, maybe more. I will stay with him as long as he needs me. The housing situation is on hold for probably a week or two, just until we all get back into a stable emotional state. As you can probably see from the pictures, I have gained much more weight in this trimester, and it's really affected my back and my pelvis. Like now most of the time I do have to have somebody to help me. If I've got into a really comfortable position where I am leant back a bit, it's really hard for me to get up. Most of the time this is Dave. So yeah, he's kind of like, yeah, his arms are growing with pulling me up. So yeah, with the whole pelvis pain, I have been told that it can be, you know, it can be something serious, but it also can be just because I am obviously carrying another human being. So obviously I'm just keeping an eye on it, talking with my midwife with it, and we'll see what happens from there. So we have bought quite a lot of things just for Alfie, like the necessities. We haven't gone overboard because, as you know, we don't have anywhere to put it at the moment. We've got, obviously he's got somewhere to sleep, he's obviously got a car seat and all the bits and bobs that he needs. Obviously when we find out what we will be doing when Alfie's here, we'll probably buy a few bits more. We don't really need much more, it's just like little toys and just little bits to make him learn or things like that, you know. We have got the necessities like the cot, the pushchair, the car seat, the Moses basket, bottles, bibs, loads of clothes, which is it's going to be amazing. He's got so much choice, and I am really excited about that bit. Just choosing little outfits, and like we've got quite a few little booties and little shoes, and oh, they're just so cute. I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone that's been helping us and giving us both support, either through giving us little bits and bobs, or, you know, talking to us, just reassuring us, because, you know, it is a scary time at the moment, and we're both going through it for the first time, and we're trying to enjoy it as much as we can, because we know nobody explains to you how hard it is. They say, oh yeah, it's really hard, but they don't say what's hard about it. Like, yeah, there's the physical, but you've also got the mental, like the fact that you're going to be responsible for a small child is, you know, it's really scary. It's obviously in the second trimester you do have another scan towards the 20-week mark, and we found out Alfie was Alfie, so he was a little boy, and I did cry a little bit. I honestly did think he'd be a girl, to be honest. I just like gut feeling, but obviously I was wrong. Both so happy, you know, he's healthy, and that's all that matters to us. I also got to listen to the heartbeat. I did have to record it for Dave so he could hear it as well, and it was just it was just a lovely experience, you know. It's a one-time thing. You'll never really have that again unless you have another child. Obviously the excitement is growing now to meeting Alfie, and we are currently in the 3rd trimester. We have around, I think it's around 10 weeks left. So my plan is to do another video of my 3rd trimester and then onwards. So just like we said in the last video, we want to concentrate on Alfie a little bit more, just so we have the memories to look back on and just see how much progress he does make, because like you see other children and they grow up so fast, and we want to capture everything that we can. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, just let me know down below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Yeah, I think that's it. Bye guys. The cows are up here. Oh, it's the farmer. The farmer has come to tell off his cows. What are you doing in that fucking field, he says. Get back to the other bit. Okay, sidetracked anyway. You know,